Good morning and welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Believe it or not, I am still potting up plants, and I probably will be for the rest of my natural life. It just feels like that. Most of our plants, well, not all of them, but we've moved most of them out. My daughter's just got her little flowers and things she's got growing there. This is kind of like the plant hospital where they need to be divided or cared for. We're not doing so great. We still have a whole bunch. I know it doesn't look like we have any that are gone, but they are. We've sold a lot. We've planted 40, and yet here they are. Lots and lots and lots. If we get to where nobody wants to buy them, or the season's too late, or we just don't have any more room, we will just put them in the compost. Next year, I totally plan on being more organized and have things in place where they're simplified. This is a lot of fun, especially starting in February. But I do get to where I feel bad that I haven't used all of them, that I've planted too many, what have you. So next year I hope to, like I say, be more streamlined and organized and see how things work out. But this is Saturday. How do you like this cute little cucumber? This is Saturday, and we're going to do a garden tour Saturday. So this is where we're starting, in the greenhouse. Please don't faint. This is my hardening off area. I still have 1.5 tons of plants. Just enjoying being around them, whether or not they're necessarily selling or we're going to be able to use them. So today we're going to plant out 10 more tomatoes. That'll make 50. And here's some of the varieties I've chosen. We've been using this area here to stake up and harden off tomatoes. I've got 2 more potted up, and I need to add a bamboo stake for each one of them. Because if you don't, they start looking like this. I've been starting to get just a few blossoms, and yesterday I found a Thorburns terracotta, which is a terracotta colored tomato, starting little tiny tomatoes, so that's pretty exciting. This is June 1st. We are in the month of June. I can't believe how fast summer goes. I have a few roses, wild rose, and my beautiful climbing rose climbing up that lattice. I was able to get the front yard and the backyard mowed yesterday, and then my husband, when he came home from work, bless his heart, he was able to do the playing field back there and the pasture back there. So it's coming along. It is a constant journey, and yeah, we're just trying to stay up with it. Definitely not ahead of it, but try to stay with it. When you're going through difficult things, like my mom being very sick, it's really hard to stay up with things. So we're just giving it our best shot. So I wanted to show you something that my husband did for me. He's actually done so many things for me this past year or two. It's incredible. But he built these wooden boxes here where we have so much shade, and we have our arborvitaes for privacy between our place and the neighbor's place, and they're huge. We've been here 23 years, and they're just huge. But here with these boxes, they sat for about a year, and then look what he's done. He's put in a rhododendron, the pink, and my favorite, hydrangeas. So they have to settle in. We're going to see how they do. The little white flowers right there are candy tuft. So that's another beautiful addition, and I have one more exciting thing to show you. I have to weed eat in here today, or I just can't even stand to come in here and to work on things. But my husband's at a meeting, and I'm waiting for him to get home so he can restring the Weed eater. Yeah, I know, I'm helpless. So look what he has done. He built me a little shade pavilion. Things are pretty tight in here, and currently quite a mess. But in the evening, as summer progresses, this is one of the hottest places on earth, I swear, except for over by our barn in the pasture. And he was kind enough to put together this little pavilion. Just yesterday, he had to have 5 friends help him move it into place. So what he will do is fill these holes with the big 4x4s and fill them with concrete so it will be nice and steady. And then when it's all set, he's going to take down the 2x4s, 2x6s that are making it sturdy and steady right now. So that will be open so you can just walk in and out, walk through. I hope there's going to be enough room to put a couple of little chairs and a little table and some pots of flowers. So that would be really fun, just to let your imagination go and plant some either clematis, climbing rose, honeysuckle up the 4 posts. Back here in this part here, that's where the sun is going to come in the hardest and strongest, and I was kicking around putting a piece of lattice there just for more shade, and then something could be grown up that too. We are going to move those raspberries as soon as they finished producing this year. Going to put them out in the pasture garden, so we'll have just our raspberry area all together. We had to move, if you can see a black pot right there, we had to move one of the blueberries that was in ground. We've put it in a pot because we really want to see how well it does. When it's in a pot, you can control the acidity in the soil. Our soil is very alkaline, and blueberries and other berries, they would really like the soil to be acidic. So maybe this will work. We'll have to see. My poor little sweet potato that I nursed along since January is really having a tough time taking off. You can see the new growth there. But the leaves out here, even though I hardened it off, they have sun scald. So hopefully it will get over its transplant shock and it will start to just really take off and grow. We're using this whole space here dedicated for it to grow and spread out. I think I will forever be plagued with bindweed, or the noxious weed morning glory. When I get it, I do put it in the garbage. You would never want to compost something like this because you don't want to introduce it to any of your new beds. So you want to get that out by the root as much as possible. I have some little carrots coming up. See, the thing is with this scat cat, let's try that again. The scat cat mat is, while it protects from the cats being able to get in here, it is so, what should we say, dense, consistent, that none of the plants can get water and sun. So they won't be able to grow up through it. Not only will it keep the cats out, it will keep the seeds from growing. So the only thing I can think of is to cut it up in pieces like I have right there. And as soon as any of these things get established, then I'm going to take these little mats off. So with these black ones here, I didn't think they were helpful to begin with. But now I'm changing my mind because of the way it's made, and you can stick your finger through that. Then you get sunlight and the plant has a place to grow. So at this point, I'm thinking these are almost better. But for the purposes of the sweet potato, where nothing's growing here, because we're going to spread out the sweet potato, then this type of scat cat mat. I think it's better. I have some green onions and some little carrots. There's some cantaloupe and some of the green peas. So I'm just weeding, moving the little cat scat mat. These are actually volunteer ground cherries, but I don't want them here. This year we're doing carrots and beans and cucumbers. And then there's the watermelon and cantaloupe. And the peppers are starting to look, except for that one, a little bit better, getting past their transplant shock. The black crim tomato is settling in. It's always amazing how long it takes for them to get over their transplant shock. But I'm just going to keep weeding and keep working on this, try to keep things looking tidy. The carrots will have to be thinned, but I'm going to let them get bigger and just keep working on it all. As soon as my husband gets the weed eater rewound for me, I am going to weed eat this whole area again to keep it clean and tidy and looking nice, so that I feel motivated and encouraged to work in here. The peas are looking gorgeous. I'm going to have to remove this 2x4 welded wire so that the broccoli, I'm going to have both hands when I do this, so that the broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage can have a place to grow through. So then that opens this up for the cats making a terrible mess in it. So I might have to order some more scat cat mat, but we will see. This is pretty much finished, this lettuce. I'd like to tear it out and put some more in, see if I can get that done today. I've used most of my spinach. I've been making up juice in the morning with spinach, carrots, apples, cucumber, celery, and whatever I can think of, sticking it in there and just drinking about 1 cup or whatever it makes of juice. I think that'll be good for my health, and I definitely need a little TLC to my body right now. And these peas are going crazy, and I'm just loving the way they're growing up. Just wanted to show you carefully. Oh, there was a slug on that one. So I might get some tulle fabric and put it around, because even the naughty little slugs are causing trouble. This one is mine. I'm going to eat that today, because there's nothing like a homegrown strawberry. The taste, the texture, they're all completely different. So I'm going to enjoy that. And here's a few more strawberries. And the marionberry is growing and producing its flowers. I love to see the progress in the summer. The chamomile's coming up, and the cilantro, and the basil, and I love it so much. And here is where the lavender is not growing. More peas and dill. Again with the scat cat mat, I'm going to have to take it off or it can't grow. Maybe if I think I put some dill right there too. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm not leaving it on this white chair because it's clear. And if you sat on that, you would know it. So here's some lavender here. I love lavender. It's a very soothing, wonderful herb. And I'm going to have to take this mat off too, so the feverfew and the basil and the salad bowl mix can come up. So I might have to just go back to the little black pokey scat cat mats so the plants can at least come up through it. I keep the cats out, period. And like if they're getting in your garage or under your bench, okay, but not where you're growing. So that to me has not been a success. It definitely keeps them out, but then you can't grow your plants. I just wanted to show you in my very tall grass, the brassicas and the ones that have lived, how they're coming on. I have some kale over there, and some cabbage. Well, we got it all weed-eated, and it's looking a lot better. I encourage you to keep your garden areas weed-eated and just feeling comfortable in whatever you have to do to make it nice and attractive and welcoming. Hope you have a great day, and don't forget to grow joyfully. We'll see you next time.